Welcome to this video. My name is Christian from VM Premiere, and Pachinko Season 2 is here. The episode throws us right back into the hard realities of 1945 and 1989. World War II might be over, but Osaka is a city still scarred by the conflict. Food is low, people are struggling to rebuild their lives, and a sense of unease hangs in the air. We see Sunja doing what she does best, taking care of her family. She's determined to provide for Musasu and Noah, even if it means resorting to the black market or making some difficult choices. But those choices come with a heavy price. She's still struggling, and her words about it being the last batch suggest that even those who were resourceful during the war are facing new challenges. Then those American planes appear, dropping leaflets with a message that sends chill down your spine. If Japan does not surrender, the situation will worsen. We strongly urge you to accept the consequences and begin the work of building a new, better, and peace-loving Japan. It's a powerful scene not just because of the visuals of those leaflets raining down, but because of the way those words carry. For Sunja, who has already endured so much, this is not just a political message, it's a personal threat. You understand that the consequences the Americans speak of could mean anything: more hardship, more violence, even death. While Sunja navigates the challenges of daily life in 1945, we start to see the cracks forming within her own family. The scarcity of food and the resources weighed heavily on everyone, and those tensions bubble to the surface. Sunja's kimchi business becomes a symbol of her path forward and her determination to provide. It's a way for her to reclaim some control in a world that feels chaotic. But even her strength is tested when she learns that cabbages, the essential ingredient for her kimchi business, is running out, are in short supply. Meanwhile, Noah's growing fascination with the forbidden American book, The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. And this book highlights the generational divide within the family and the clash between Korean traditions and the influence of American culture. Noah's desire for knowledge, his desire for a different kind of life, foreshadows Solomon's own journey in 1989. Both characters deal with the desire to escape the limitations placed upon them, but their paths diverge dramatically. The tension in 1945 is not just confined to Sunja's home. We see it played out in the lives of her sons as well. Noah, lost in his American novel, is struggling to reconcile the world of imagination with the harsh realities of occupied Osaka. Musasu, on the other hand, is channeling his frustration and anger into his kendo practice. The scene where he relentlessly attacks the training dummy, fueled by a mix of fear, is particularly striking. It's an expression of the rage simmering beneath the surface, not just within Musasu, but within an entire generation of Koreans. The rage that simmers beneath the surface in 1945, it finds a chilling echo decades later in Solomon's own outburst. We see him in that Tokyo supermarket, surrounded by abundance, a stark contrast to the scarcity post-war Osaka. But even in this world of privilege, pain of prejudice, and the sting of being othered cuts deep. When that man insults Solomon and his grandmother, reducing them to stereotypes and dismissing them, it triggers a raw, painful reaction. Solomon's outburst might be brief, but it's a powerful moment that reveals the wounds of history that have not fully healed. This parallel between Musasu's anger in 1945 and Solomon in 1949 is a masterful stroke of storytelling. It highlights the enduring impact of discrimination and the ways in which trauma can echo across generations. Now Solomon, in 1989, found himself in a world far removed from the struggles of post-war Osaka. He's a sharp businessman navigating the high-stakes world finance in Tokyo. He's trying to launch his own business, a symbol of his drive to achieve success on his own terms. We see him making those calls to potential investors, but beneath the surface, there's a tension, a sense that he's not fully accepted in this world. His Western education and demeanor sets him apart, and the whispers about his family's past. It's this struggle for acceptance, this desire to prove himself worthy, that drives Solomon. He wants to escape the limitations that have been placed upon him, like his family history. But the episode cleverly raised questions about whether he's chasing the right dream. The rejection of his business deal is a pivotal moment. It's not just a setback for his career. That moment with his grandmother Sunja is where the facade truly cracks. He confessed his failure, the collapse of the deal that was supposed to solidify his position. His words, "I cannot live always feeling sorry for you," are raw and burnable. He's not just talking about the business deal, he's talking about the weight of his family history, the sacrifice they made, and the expectations placed upon him. Solomon is tired of carrying that burden, tired of being defined by the past, and that's where the power of destroying the check comes in. It's a symbol of rebellion, a rejection of the path laid out for him. He's destroying the expectations, refusing to be beholden to his father or to the traditions that feel like a cage. This scene is crucial for understanding Solomon's character arc. He's starting to realize that the success he's been chasing might not bring him the fulfillment he craves. There's a deeper desire for something more authentic, something that connects him to his family's story. This is also seen when Noah is bullied and his family's poverty. This represents this everyday cruelty of society that has turned against them. But Noah's response is striking. He ignores them, burying himself deeper into his book. This scene might be small, but it carries enormous weight. It foreshadows the larger themes of identity, belonging, and the enduring power of stories. And that conversation later elevates the story to a whole new level. The teacher, noticing Noah's intelligence and his desire for knowledge, offers him a glimpse of a different future. He tells Noah that education can open doors, that his mind can be his escape that surround him. Now the big scene of this episode is Noah finally meeting Hansu, the man who abandoned her decades earlier. We see him not as a love-struck young man from season 1, but as a powerful figure operating in the shadows of post-war Osaka. He's involved in deals related to tungsten, a material essential for rebuilding and for the growth in the arms industry. This shift in Hansu's character adds a chilling change to the series. He's no longer just a man who broke her heart. He is now a force that's shaping the very world she's struggling to survive in. The revelation that Hansu knows everything about her and her family gleaned through his connection to Mr. Kim. It raised questions about his motive. Is he simply observing from a distance, or does he have a plan? He's seeking redemption, or is he a danger to her and her sons? And it's her visit to him at the end of the episode that sets the stage for what's to come. She's at her most vulnerable, desperate to save her family from the looming threat of the bombs. Hansu, on the other hand, holds a position of power with access to resources and information that could be her salvation or her downfall. Remember, Sunja was arrested for her involvement in the black market, so this is absolutely gut-wrenching. And as she's taken away, we see a flicker of desperation in her eyes. That desperation is what's gonna make her move into the countryside. But his offer comes with a cost. Sunja must leave everything behind. Her home, her kimchi business, the fragile life she's built for herself. It's a choice between staying in a city on the brink of destruction or moving into the unknown future. This ending is masterful because it taps into the core themes of the show: the power of the past, the pain of love and betrayal, and the choices we make to protect those we love, even if it means sacrificing our own safety or our principles. I absolutely love the first episode of Pachinko Season 2. What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye, one.